Hey guys, welcome back to Diving Deep in Thought. You're here with Elias, and today I want to talk to you guys about a topic that's really prominent more now than ever before in humanity, because we've got so much exposure to each other and we've got social media that amplifies how we look, how we act, our certain personas, our identities, and it can easily be manipulated to mislead and misinform people. But at the same time, it's also there to motivate. So we don't always want to be pessimistic with social media. It also does influence a lot of people to exercise, to train, especially for women, to look good, to feel more confident. But it's all about how we look at things. So today I want to talk to you guys about self-esteem and a concept called the inferiority complex, which is, us having this continuous comparison to other people in a way that's detrimental. So we usually compare to others, sometimes to improve. We see what's out there. We see that something's possible by another human being, and we think, oh, wow, I'm also human too. If he can do it, I can do it. It's like breaking that 4-minute mile. It was being considered impossible until someone did it, and then that gave a spark of faith in others to do the same thing, and the impossible becomes possible, and people work off that concept. So a lot of people who are successful, they lead by example. They're leaders. They've accomplished something in their field through hard work, dedication, perseverance, adversity. There's a lot of hard work that goes behind a lot of successful people that we don't see. So today I want to talk to you guys about our self-esteem, and in particularly the inferiority complex that people suffer from. So I'm going to give you guys 5 symptoms of it. So if you look out for these 5 symptoms and you be consciously aware, it's all about being consciously aware of the things that we are or are not doing, so that we know if we're going down the right direction or not. But we don't want to just be drifting. We want to have a game plan about our life, so that we have an end goal that we're striving for. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about these symptoms. The first symptoms is when somebody's being highly materialistic, in the sense that they're not using things as luxuries or complements to their life. They're using them items or purchases, big purchases, way out of their means, or living up to a lifestyle that doesn't accommodate for the other components of their life. And they tend to do that to elevate their sense of identity relative to others. Now, it's okay to complement your life with luxury items that you feel you deserve as a reward for your hard works. That's a personal thing. That's something that you can take on board. But if you're aware of doing something that doesn't serve you, and you're doing it for the sake of external gratification, and then you're living up this lifestyle of maintaining an identity that's not yours, you're wasting a lot of time, energy, and resources on that, and that could potentially affect you later down the line, because you could be making purchases that actually benefit you. So that's one thing, is being very highly materialistic and only valuing your self-worth on what you can purchase, your purchase power, or the items that you contain. Another one is comparing with others consistently in all aspects of your life. So we're talking in terms of relationships, fitness, the way you look, your traditions and values. This comes out as something that you're trying to race someone, you're trying to get a certain goal, or you're trying to get better than them, and it makes things about you not being as good, whereas the mindset should be about the other people achieving something great, seeing that someone else can achieve that, and sharing that emotion with them. So for example, if someone is extremely successful with something, what do you think when you see that? Do you start getting these ideas that he was unlawful when he got his money? He did the wrong thing. He must have cheated the system, must have scammed the system. It's really, really easy to fall, but really, really hard to climb. So when people do climb, you must give them the benefit of the doubt and not judge early. It's really hard to climb, but it's so easy to pull everyone down with us, down to our level, if we haven't accomplished what we want. So really think about that. Think about what people are actually achieving out there. They're taking a big gamble. They're taking a lot of risk. It's so easy to judge. but try to understand where they're coming from. And if you don't know their story, ask yourself, do I know his full story, or am I just taking a stab in the dark because that's what the rest of the population is doing? If we keep dragging each other down, there won't be people motivating others. That same idol that you're looking at, other people are being admired by him. And if you say something to a small kid in terms of this guy is a bad person because he made a lot of money, he must have ripped people off, think of what you're doing. Think of what seeds you're planting in that child's mind. So be very cautious of how we judge others, and try to make an educated judgment on people rather than just off a whim make a quick judgment to make yourself feel better for a few minutes. Another thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the extreme sensitivity to criticism. So if you feel that you cannot improve in any way possible, that's one sign that you're not necessarily taking other people's criticism because you're worried about your image in front of others. So you're building this facade of success and wealth and self-value, but actually you're not taking any criticism in. And usually, and unfortunately, sometimes we get criticism from the people who don't like us because they want to tell us something that we don't want to hear, but that's generally the truth sometimes. So it's good to listen to everyone. Your friends usually sugarcoat things so that they stay on your good side, but a true friend will tell you, listen here, mate, you can improve on this and that, and they'll be straight up, no beating around the bush, no smokes and mirrors. They'll be very direct with how they talk to you. So it's really important to be honest with yourself. You think about any comments people have given you throughout the day or in your life where you believe that you should have accomplished something but you didn't, and figure out what weaknesses you have in your life and improve on them. That's why in the earlier video I gave you that SEMP is those 4 areas of your life. When you hit each one a little bit, it gives you a different angle at looking at your life rather than just the physical aspect, which is your net worth, how you look, how you dress, how you feel about yourself on a physical value. Because once you've defined yourself through your physical body and your body starts to change, as you age or your wealth changes, that should not break your identity. Your identity should be deeper than skin level. It should be what's inside you and what intrinsic value you bring into the world. So when you do go bankrupt, or you lose your possessions for some reason, or sickness comes upon you, you've still got that spirit within you to get you through it. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about is the cycles of procrastination. So we procrastinate for many reasons, but the cycles of procrastination people go through when they've got the inferiority complex is that because they feel they're at a disadvantage, they want to compensate for that disadvantage by expecting perfection. So they will not make one step until they know it's going to be perfect. And by waiting for perfection, they never really take a chance. So their self-esteem originally is jeopardized because your parents may have called you something when you were younger. It's usually from childhood. A lot of the trauma and things are undealt with till later in life. They surface when we tick things off. But when you feel that your self-esteem is lower, you tend to compensate with something else because of the way people view you. So then you expect perfection. When you expect perfection, you never take a risk because you don't want to tarnish that perfection identity in your mind. And then your self-esteem lowers, and it's just a cycle that you can never win. So let me tell you something. Mistakes, or your combination of mistakes, are the reason for your success in the future. Success is an accumulation of many lessons through mistakes until the one that is equal to the desired result you want. So success is not, mistakes are not failures, they're lessons. And you need to learn a lot of lessons before you get to that successful state. The last one I want to talk to you guys about is when someone's been highly judgmental of others. So regardless of what the other person has done, good or bad, they judge them in a bad way. And by doing that, what it's doing is you're compensating for an area within yourself that you have not yet come to truth with. You have not resolved the truth in yourself. So you feel the need to express it. Now this is like looking into the mirror and just constantly swearing at yourself in the mirror, would you feel good or would you feel bad? If you feel good by that, that would mean that it's coming out of you in anger and you're accepting that. So your self-talk is negative. If you swear at yourself in the mirror and you're offended, then that means your self-worth is positive. So do not put yourselves down. Know your worth. Know that you are valuable. You have the human spirit within you. You have this creative intelligence that you can tap into if you harness it. You can make the choice. You have the power of choice, where no other organism in the world has a power of choice and the power to feel the future before it exists. It's only in our minds where the future exists twice. Once in our minds and once in reality. And that is really powerful. But you cannot do that until you harness the power within you by getting away from these 5 or 6 things that I was been telling you today about. Be consciously aware of them, and by being consciously aware, you can target them and stop them and figure out ways and techniques to lower them, and understand that every feeling, every emotion, every meaning within you is only within you. Nothing in this world is happening that you're perceiving outside of you. You're looking at things, hearing things, touching things. Just understand it's all in your mind. You have the power to decide what meaning you attach to it, and always attach a meaning that's constructively good for you. Doesn't always have to make you feel good, but make it constructively good for the person you want to be tomorrow. That's my video for today. Thank you guys for listening in. I hope today you've taken something from this, and I don't want you to suffer from the inferiority complex. I want you to suffer from just being happy, being content, and being the best version of yourselves. Thanks for listening.